Couple of updates here, and we have an opportunity to play Sammy the Christmas Snake.
Okay, all right.
Oh boy, that's a that is a classic, and we're really letting them fly today. Now we're starting to play all these Christmas songs. We played "Merry Christmas from the Family," played "Please Stop My Car." One other today. As we played another. Maybe.
We played the Richard Simmons one.
Oh
what
yes,
was that?
the most fattening time of the
yes,
year.
Yeah.
Yep. All of these. Now we have an opportunity for Sammy the Christmas Snake.
And don't forget, War Pigs, Deck the Halls.
We played
That's
War
right,
Pigs,
yeah.
Deck the Halls, the War Pigs sounded like. To which Myrtle Beach Doug said, "Thank you."
Yes. He's been waiting all year
Chef's
for that.
kiss.
Thank you.
Myrtle Beach Doug.
Absolutely. He loved that. Well, everyone
And
did.
why not?
We got so many that loved that.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Don we now our gay apparel. Troll the ancient Yuletide carol.
I was the only one frightened by this. Everyone else thought this was a great thing, including Myrtle Beach Doug.
Strike the harp and join the chorus.
We have another P1 legend here, Disney Ryan, commenting on the elf who is at Disney World. His name is Tally in Disney World, and Disney took him out of the parks for a little while because people figured out who he was on social media and began stalking the guy, wanting him to size him up, naughty or nice, even outside the park. But he has since returned.
Same actor?
Same actor.
Excuse me, what do they call them? Cast members? They
Yeah,
don't call them
same,
actors.
the same cast member. They found him inside the park, figured out who he was, and then apparently they were making contact with him outside the park, and he got a little freaked out by that, so they took him out for a little while.
Is this just around Christmas season at Disney? Do they have a Christmas area or during the parades?
I think they do it up for Christmas almost the entire.
But it never really closes, right? Disney?
No, it doesn't. Disney, I guess overnight. That's when they clean it, change it. Because most of the parks close around 9:00, and then if you have the magic hours, some of them stay open until like 11. But overnight is when I think they're working 24/7 on that park.
Did you ever do Disney on edibles?
I have not. I have been
Bucket list?
with family. Okay, now that you put it in my head, okay.
Because you said, Kelly, that once your kids are adults and moved on, that you and your wife would like to go back.
Yeah, we love it. We love Disney World.
Edible up.
An edible Disney experience.
Do you like doing an edible and being active? I can't stand that.
I usually just sit.
That's kind of my
oh,
vibe
really?
too.
That's
yeah.
my thing.
Like
yeah.
doing something like that and walking around just sounds terrible.
I don't love
Is that more of a shrooms thing?
Yeah, I think so. Or like an LSD thing.
I've never done a shroom or an LSD. I don't want to be a gateway guy. Refuse to do it. There is I have heard a lot of people, like, before they exercise will do an edible, and then they feel a lot better during the exercise. I've considered, but I've never done anything like that. Now, are you a Disney person, Red Rachel?
I'm really not, no.
No.
I didn't grow up watching a lot of Disney stuff.
Did your
We're
family
not
make
in
the
sync
trip?
today like we were on
Well,
Friday.
Friday.
Well, I don't know what happened. Did your family make the trip?
No, I've never been. My brother's been. I think my parents have a favorite. I've never been.
Your brother's been.
Yeah.
Ruined Christmas for you. They never took you to Disney.
Yeah.
God, they hated Christmas, and they've never taken you to Disney. Man, she doesn't even know what we're talking about. She has no idea. Well, Disney Ryan said they took him out of there because social media, they figured out who the actor was. Some of them really go like beyond with their character. Like there's the ride there, the Haunted Tower, the Tower of Terror. You know Disney well?
I went once.
All right.
Yeah.
You don't have to look down on Disney. Did you like it?
No, I hated it.
How old were you?
I was in 7th grade, which, that's classic prime hate everything age. But
Yeah.
I have no desire to go back.
You didn't like Disney?
No. I rode the monorail the whole time.
Well, that's right. He told me that in a podcast.
Yeah.
He rode the monorail.
Next stop at the hotel, kid. You gotta get off or what?
Yeah. We've been by this like
it's
3
a
times.
smallish track.
We've been by here a lot.
Were you wearing all black skateboard clothes?
Yeah.
3D Dad, you're talking about the Disney and the elf there in Disney. Go ahead.
Yeah, I kind of was bouncing off what happens overnight. I've got 2 daughters that worked there for a few years in entertainment, and no, they never pretty much shut down. When all the crowd leaves, they start lining up, practicing parades with some of the new people that are going to be in them.
Wow.
They're also touching up any nick, any paint that's been missing or whatever, they send out a paint crew every night. That's why everything looks so pristine the next morning.
That's what I thought. I mean, it's like a beehive of activity all the time. That makes perfect sense because it's always 100% clean, and you're right. It looks like they've just built the park. That's incredible. Thank you, 3D Dad. Great to hear that. I was going to say, at that Tower of Terror, one of my favorite rides there, the cast members play elevator operators, and it's a horror kind of ride. It's based on the Twilight Zone, and the elevator falls. I love the ride. And when you're getting in, they sort of tell the story of the old haunted hotel, and one guy really went over the top with it, and I was like, I appreciate that. You know, he was really doing the acting. And
Just slot him a 5?
No.
Mickey would not
No.
want that?
No. They are not allowed to take tips. I don't know if they are or not. I've never tried. But I figure Mickey wouldn't want that. Myrtle Beach Doug with commentary. Go ahead, sir.
Hey guys, Myrtle Beach Doug here.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. Walking around, especially Epcot, yeah, you get yourself a little good old fashioned. I'm not quite the edible man like yourself, Kelly, but good old fashioned and walking around there, enjoying all the food, the rides, all the lights and everything like that. And especially when they got the Food and Wine Festival, get you a little munchie action going on and trip around the world. And Yingling is one of my favorite beers of all time.
It's just stream of consciousness. Right. It's just going now. You know, see that?
And a partridge in a pear tree. MBD delivers.
There it comes.
He's living to be 110.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
12 ice cold dinglings.
Thank you, MBD. Always good to hear from you. The other note from the last segment, we talked about the elf and the track meet. I was saying that at my daughter's indoor track meet, I felt like the gunfire to start the race was really quick on top of, get ready. But we had a swim coach call Red Rachel and off the air say that is par for the course.
Standard.
That's the standard. Yeah. It's just like on your mark, boom. And there it is.
Do the sprinters use the blocks on your daughter's team?
Yes.
Because she's a distance runner.
Yes.
So they just kind of stand at the line, right?
Correct. But she's around, I think she went 5 laps around this. And BB Shea just told me he lives 3 minutes from the place where we were, the indoor track. Next time.
It shows.
Next time
Let me know.
It shows.
I mean, if I had access to a
you
track
can
like
tell.
that, it's not open
We'd
to
all
the
be looking like
public.
you don't have to flaunt it. Come on. We don't all live right next to a track. Next time I'm
Must
over.
be nice.
Yeah, let me know.
And I'll tell you, we'll just meet over there.
Yeah,
you
we'll go
know?
to Johnny B's. It's a restaurant right up the street.
Yeah, we're to Johnny B's. Yeah, they did have the starting blocks for the sprinters.
Yeah.
As well.
You and your daughter ran in the winter Saturday night. How'd
We
that
did.
go?
Oh, that was really fun. There's something here called the running of the balls because that neighborhood.
I think it's been in like Southern Livings,
Probably.
Sunset Hills in Greensboro, North Carolina.
It's incredible what they do. They, there are those Christmas balls hanging from the trees, and they put together a 5K, but it's close to a 5K. And that, to me, was the most relaxed, fun one of those events I think I've ever done because there's no timing chip. There's nothing. It's just like run it and enjoy it. That's all, and enjoy all the balls. And every neighbor came out and sang, bands were singing Christmas carols, and a lot of people were in their driveway with their solo stoves, roasting marshmallows, and then cheering everybody on. Fun.
It sounds like your heart actually grew a size.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I got to tell you, I enjoyed it. I mean,
Because that almost sounds like
I know. Fun. I mean, when I got there were thousands of runners in line, ready to go. And
do they shuttle you in? And where do you park for an event like that?
You park a mile away, and you just got to get there. Now, the way we did it was my wife dropped us off and then went and do some Christmas shopping and picked us back up. But otherwise, you're parking at the department store nearby, but it's about a mile walk to get there. But they did. I must say they did a very good job too with packet pickup. I had to go through and get my packet. On Friday, I went and got the packet, and then on Saturday night we did the race, and the weather was 35 degrees and just perfect for that.
Did you dress
run.
up? I saw a lot of photographs because we have a former coworker who did the strolling of the balls. I know
Yes.
you ran the balls.
We ran.
But a lot of people dress up in Santa hats and elf costumes and Grinch costumes.
Saw a ton of that. And I said, no, we take it seriously. We're not going to do any of that. We're putting on our usual running gear and went off for the run. And my daughter said a few times, I have to walk. And I said, by God, you're not walking one step.
Not
of
in
this.
this family.
No, we don't walk. We absolutely
don't stroll.
No, there's no strolling here. We're running this, and we ran it. We timed ourselves. I won't mention, but there's no time. There's no chip or anything, and
Except on your shoulder.
that's right. And one of the kids that she knew from her high school blazed past us. He's a cross-country runner. She goes, there goes so-and-so. He's one of the best runners at our school. And I said, let's go. We're catching him.
beat him.
I can beat him. She told me not. She told me, no, we can't do that. So anyway.
So it's not officially a 5 or 3.2?
It's close,
Yeah.
but they say it's a 5K-ish, and then they don't even bother with that. And, it's like 3 laps around the neighborhood. And, if you wanted to, you get off after the first lap. It's just really fun.
Yeah.
It really is. And afterwards, they have hot chocolate and chocolate chip cookies, and it's a neat thing. Now, it's a pretty good, hefty cost, but it goes to a great cause. It goes to the food bank, to help feed the underprivileged. And we got a nice T-shirt. It was a really good time. I enjoyed that very much.
Is this going to be an annual thing?
I definitely can see it, yeah. And the thing is, like, let's say it had been raining, we might have just said, okay, forget it, and who'd care? You've given to the charity, and so who cares, BB Shea was saying he's surprised that there is a starting gun at these high school events.
Yeah, I figured that would be like outlawed or something, or they'd move on to like a horn or like a sound effect or something.
Yeah.
The fact that they still have a starting live gun
It's a little
still
surprising.
is kind of surprising, especially at a high school event.
Yeah. I agree. You would think they would just blow the air
I mean,
horn.
it's a little innocuous, but at the same time, I don't know, with guns being the way they are in the society these days.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that. It's a good point. Because he does. I mean, he holds the gun up just like in the old days. And boom, off they
Do you
run.
think, as a track dad now, which is what you are, Kelly, do you think you'll ever be called on to volunteer some of these events, or are those more specialized, like to be a starter?
I think they have. He's like the official guy. I think he's probably one of the school or whoever hosts it. I think they usually have their coach be the starter. Yeah. So at the cross country events, I've said keep the cones in place. I want to do this afterwards. See if I can beat the win. They won't let me out there either. They keep telling me no to that.